Hi, welcome back to Metal Rules TV, where the underground meets the playground. We have Tara Dusky and Marcus, and they are going to do a scene report from Warped Tour 2012.
You said you had more to say, so...
Mostly about the variety of people I saw there.
You go ahead and you talk first, and then I'll add in little...
Well, the day started off pretty interesting with the chick standing out there around us and wearing shorts so short you could see the bottom part of her ass sticking out.
Yeah,
so
her shorts really covered literally half her ass.
So I took a picture of her ass and I'm like, here, I'm putting this on Facebook because, you know, you gave me merit for it just because you're wearing shorts that short, so...
9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
that's what we saw. Half moon.
70-something degrees and her ass cheeks are just hanging out.
Yeah,
like, okay.
So that was nice. First thing in the morning.
There's all sorts of weird people there. There was quite a few different guys walking around in nothing but like short shorts, and they were pretty well built. And then there was like one guy was wearing a leopard print bra or something that he was walking around with that and with a pair of shorts on. And people, there's a strange variety of people out there. I've seen so many different colored mohawks. I saw some people wore some of the scariest looking makeup I've ever seen on, and I couldn't tell if that was a guy or a girl.
But you meet like some nice people too.
Well, there was one chick that talked to us in the line about Jeffree Star. She was pretty cool. Yeah,
there were some people who made sure that like some people didn't butt in front of us in line because of course people
that happens no matter who you talk to.
But they were still like trying to make sure that we got pulled up with them, and then there was the couple that let me sit with them during yellow card so I could be pretty close to the stage. So you met some nice people there too. But then there was a lot of douchebags there too, and lots of half-naked people, which is...
Yeah, because there was one part, I think it was when we were standing there watching Princess Fearless chick, she just took her shirt off right there in the pit. And I'm like, okay, I could see your bra and your tits, and then she just changed shirts right there in the middle of the crowd. I'm like,
she did not care, apparently.
Nobody has there's no shame in this place, and it doesn't matter where you're sticking around. And everybody, for some reason, every every band that was playing, everybody's throwing water bottles, and then people were throwing shoes, and then I'm like, I don't know what's with the people. I was like, you're hitting people with those water bottles, but typical concert, really. Any artist you see.
Starting with the bands we saw, we started off today with Senses Fail, and they were pretty good. Couldn't really see much, but
Rise to Remains, which is the lead singer is Bruce Dickinson's son. I went and saw them play, and they were actually really good live. So it was definitely something that I have to go check out their music because I enjoyed it. And then, who did you meet first?
I met Senses Fail first, and I was proud of myself because I actually talked to them and didn't just like stand there like a retard.
Then we saw Bless the Fall.
And I went and met Taking Back Sunday. And then you went...
Bless the Fall was at 3:15. Then I met Bless the Fall afterwards, and I got something signed by them. And then ran out and met Jeffree Star, which was pretty much the highlight of my time because I had been waiting to meet Jeffree Star for a long time.
And I got to meet Yellow Card in there too.
And you were there with me when we met Jeffree Star, and as you did that, you ran off to go try to go see Taking Back Sunday.
And I saw Taking Back Sunday, and it was the best thing ever, and I really felt my adrenaline kick in because I really love them, and I have only seen them one other time, so that was awesome. And then we saw Yellow Card, and they were really awesome. After the first time that I saw them 8 years ago, they still got it 8 years later.
Yeah, I missed Taking Back Sunday because I was in line trying to meet Pierce DeVille, but I met them, and then I ran out to the amphitheater, and I watched Yellow Card, and then who came on after that? Miss May I came on, and I've never listened to them before, but...
And they're very metal.
Yeah, the guy was...
Every other word out of their mouth was...
He was talking about
this is a metal song, we're a metal band, this is a really metal song, this is a metal show, you came here to see a metal show from a metal band playing a metal song. Their whole set. They must have said metal, 15 times in 30 minutes.
The neat thing about what they did, though, is that there was people out in the lawn. They started a circle pit out in the lawn, which is the way back there in the nosebleeds of the amphitheater. But they got a huge section of people just circle pitting out there. It was pretty cool, but they weren't actually that bad, so I might have to go start listening to their music. And then right after them was Of Mice and Men, who was one of the bands I had been waiting to see. And of course, it got ridiculously crazy out there. And then
well, during Miss May I was when it got scary enough for me, because the bands that I all wanted to see were not really that heavy. And then this super metal band came on, and they were telling everybody to crowd surf, and all of a sudden there was people crowd surfing over top of like the chairs and stuff. Even.
Yeah, they were doing that where I was sitting. People were crowd surfing over the chairs.
Yeah, over the chairs, crowd surfing.
They were dropping people, and some girl fell into the chairs because they just didn't hold on to her. So it's like,
people were crowd surfing from the back of the amphitheater to the very front to the pit.
They were just trying to.
It was crazy.
And I think I finished my night off seeing Pierce the Veil, which made it for a good night. And I think the only band that played after that was Newfound Glory, but
yeah,
I didn't stick
really
around
care
to
about them.
see them play.
But yeah, but normal Warped Tour, all the crazy stuff that always happens. But if you're going, those are the bands that we would recommend to go see. But
oh yeah, they give out lots of free stuff.
Yeah, we got lots of free
my day
stuff.
was I got free condoms, so
yeah.
Yay!
I didn't get any. I don't need any.
Yay!
Yay!
Double yay!
How was the food? Was the food and beverages, were they awful and expensive?
We both just had a soft pretzel, because you don't really eat much during the day during Warped Tour. It was like $4.75 for a soft pretzel.
Oh, God.
it was pretty expensive because there were guys walking around selling like soft drinks, and they were wanted $5 and something for it.
Yeah,
so.
well, they had nachos, and it wasn't even like fancy nachos. It was literally just nachos with cheese. They wanted $8.50 for them.
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So we just got a pretzel and just called it a day because it was the cheapest thing on there, and it was like good for our stomachs for that day. And then honestly, it was very overcast today. We didn't drink a lot of water, but at every Warped Tour show, they're setting up this clean canteen thing, and you can fill up your water bottles for free there.
That's cool.
So there's always those. If you just bring your water, they let you bring a bottle in, and then you can just fill it up all day. So you don't really have to pay ridiculous amounts of money if you don't have to.
Cheap and good for the environment.
Yep.
Yep.
And I guess that's it. I'm not sure what else we could really talk about with the day.
The lot of freaking walking.
Yeah, it was very tiring.
I'm sure.
And I'm really tiny, so I stood on a lot of chairs to see a lot of bands.
So there were separate meet and greets, and there was concerts going on too?
Yeah.
Yeah,
there
everywhere.
Were 3, 4, 5 stages somewhere, I think. And then there was a whole list of bands, and different bands played at different times. And then most all bands had a meet and greet time at times too, and some of them were before their performances, some of them were after. So we actually managed that pretty well, so we didn't have to separate too long to go see who we wanted.
Yeah, it really depended on like when they were performing, if they had performed. Because when I met Senseless Fail, they had already performed, so they were kind of cool to talk for a couple minutes and take a picture and everything. But when I met Yellowcard, they only had exactly an hour, so I couldn't get a picture with them or anything. They could sign something and that's it, because they only had exactly an hour to sign stuff for people, so they couldn't stop and do anything fun.
That's why they get paid the big bucks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. But they put on a good show, so.
Well, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I paid for.
You got your money's worth?
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
So you guys looking forward to Vans Warped Tour 2013?
Absolutely.
I'm playing it by ear. It depends on
As long
who shows
as,
up.
as long as it is as good as this year was, absolutely.
Or if it's better. They need to put some Whitechapel or Jeffree Star needs to come back. They need to put heavier bands on there.
Not too many heavier bands.
No, they need more heavier bands.
Not too many.
Otherwise, I'll just go to
If
Mayhem.
there's more heavier bands, I'll be going with you guys next year.
I mean, heavier bands there were, Chelsea Grin that I saw, but that Chelsea Grin's decent, but you have to pretty much ignore the guy singing because it's just awful. But the good heavy bands were Miss May I, Of Mice and Men, and Pierce the Veil. Those were...
But the thing is that Warped Tour's not really about the heavy
Yeah, I know,
bands,
but
so.
Whitechapel has played Warped Tour plenty
Oh,
of
yeah,
times, and
absolutely,
they're
do.
deathcore, so...
They do a bunch of...
I love Whitechapel.
They put a bunch of different stuff on there, but you don't want completely all heavy bands because that would defeat the purpose
That's not
of
what I'm saying.
Warped
I just
Tour.
said they need more heavy bands, so...
Yeah, well, not too many more. I mean, 5 or 6 is probably about good enough.
Yeah, that's
And
fine,
then
but
5
they
or
just
6
need
pop
more.
punk bands, 5 or 6 rock bands. Need a little bit of everything.
Sounds like a successful day.
Yep. It was.
Now,
Rules TV out.
Yep.
signing off.
Alright.
Warped Tour 2012. Yay.
Yay.